Hello, everyone. So yeah, another chat, and we're talking about GSE versus Viridian because Dan has been converted to GSE.
What for a very one-day period?
Yeah, and
Viridian
he
fanboy.
wrote me in, and I'm not particularly a fan still.
It's all right, neither am I. But I can sit in camp GSE if you want.
Oh dear. So yeah, we've got a few join. That's good. I'm assuming your live's not let you join.
No.
No. Okay. Well, we're on here. We've got a few joined on here. So hello everyone. And yeah, just drop in the chat if you can hear us all right. And also, have you ever used GSE or have you ever used Viridian in roof panels? Do you like them? Do you not?
I've been doing GSE today. No, I haven't. Shit. Doing Viridian today.
Viridian, yeah.
Yeah.
Nightmare. So yeah, I mean, we were going to talk about the differences, why you'd use one over the other, and maybe some of the common issues with both systems. To be fair, yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Viridian have its drawbacks in one aspect.
Go on then. Let's elaborate. Let's get Viridian out of the way. What don't you like about Viridian?
The flashings.
Yeah.
If you don't do Viridian every day, or you are not versed in doing Viridian a little bit, then getting the flashings into the rubber seals can be an absolute fiddle, especially when they're cold.
Yes. Yeah. I would go with that. You've got to have a bit of knowledge on that. You've got to carefully eye them in, haven't you? And you've got to use the. Yeah.
Yep. And
did you miss you've got the little rubber lip, haven't you?
Yep.
Did you actually miss that rubber lip and go over it?
I did. And then I bent the flashing getting it back out.
Yeah.
I blame Jay.
Yeah. Blame Jay because he's not here.
I mean, if you were here, I'd have blamed you. So there you go. It's only fair.
Well, this is it. I mean, so we've got a few. Oh, look, Sam says GSE is Dan's favourite now. There we go. Because we may have touched a GSE system last week, which spurred on this conversation.
We all make mistakes, I suppose.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. Yeah, I've made mistakes twice in my life. Yeah. Both of them were GSE. Last week and a few months before that, which I classed as my GSE training. So Gareth was saying Team GSE, but wanting to try Viridian. Yeah, it's the cost. He said it's the cost.
Why, Gareth? Are you Team GSE, and what do you like about it? Is the biggest question I currently have.
Yeah, because there are quite a few people that seem to like it.
Because ultimately they both are in-roof systems, and they both do perform the purpose of being able to go in-roof, flush with slate, pan tile, flat tile, and essentially the outcome is the same.
Yeah.
The outcome isn't the same at the same time, and especially when we talk about fire ratings and compatibility of panels. I suppose you could call a drawback of Viridian. They currently are behind or lagging behind on panel size and output in 405.
Well, they've got is it 455s now?
Yeah, which I'm fairly sure I've seen someone install, and to my amazement, they're bifacial.
They are bifacial, yeah. I've seen that. Yeah, I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but I saw it on. Yeah,
we have one in a couple of months' time. To be fair, a 20-panel in-roof Viridian. I don't understand why you would have an in-roof that's bifacial.
Do you know, I think there's a reason behind that, because DMEG were actually telling me that they have stopped production of anything but bifacial panels now. Really? And they have stated that, one, they've got a better fire rating because they are glass both sides. There's no plastic backsheet.
So does that mean you can now use them with GSE? I mean, Sam does it. Yeah. Sam's done one. We all tried GSE once.
We all tried it once, yeah. Unfortunately, I've tried it twice now. It's your fault I tried it twice.
Look, I've apologised.
Yeah.
I bought you
No,
food.
to be fair, I think we're being a bit unfair. It's got its place as a system. I think there's just a few issues with the certification and everything at the moment
There is.
from
So
MCS and fire certification.
there is. I mean,
Yeah.
we did Viridian today, me and Jay. However, me and yourself was it last week or the week before?
I think it was last week. Yeah.
Was it last week?
Yeah, it started last week.
Already
Yeah.
plotted it from my memory. We did GSE, and probably GSE is quicker to fit.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to fit.
Apart from all the buttons you need extra.
Yes, but if you own a first fix nail gun, that's kind of a non-problem in my eyes.
Yeah.
You have, I suppose, if they were fire rated, got a wider array of panel outputs you can use. There is a drawback that they haven't currently got, and correct me if I'm wrong, a landscape option.
It's coming. It's been coming for the last. They originally did have it, and then I think they dropped it, didn't they, when they changed to the double frames? Someone
Yes,
else might be able to confirm
because
that.
of the size of bigger panels, modern panels.
Yeah, but it is coming apparently. But I think they've got other issues that they.
They have, I mean, they have got less parts to them when you compare them to Viridian. I mean, if I think back to today, a Viridian panel has a bottom flashing, a side flashing, a top center flashing, if you've got a panel above it,
Yeah.
a gutter, so
Yeah.
5, and then another side flashing. So possibly 7 flashings, 6 flashings is a minimum to do one panel.
It's a lot of cardboard boxes as well.
It is a lot of cardboard boxes, which I've been logging into next door today. So yeah, there's a lot of parts, and because they're aluminium, they don't bend, they scratch quite easy. Once they're in, you can't really get them back out, not without at least breaking them or bending them. If you do bend them, essentially that is 130 odd quid of flashing kit written off.
Destroyed. Yeah.
Because I'm not aware that you can buy parts of Viridian. So if you get,
I
say,
think
a
they only
blue
come
box,
as that box kit, don't they? Yeah.
yeah. If you bend a part of a box section, that is that entire box essentially wrote off, and it's not cheap. That's all I've got to say about Viridian, really.
Can I say something really controversial? I actually don't like in roof. No, I don't. I don't like in roof. To be fair, I think. Do you know what? The Viridian system looks really nice when it's tiled in. On the certain tiles, it looks really nice. But actually, practicality wise, I think an on-roof panel is so much easier to deal with in years to come. If you've got to start removing those in roofs, you've probably written off the system.
Panel or a faulty optimizer, for instance.
Yeah.
I suppose you could say though that is a win for GSE, because you can remove a panel without disturbing its neighbours.
Yes.
Which you can't with Viridian.
No, you've kind of got to work your way back on Viridian, the opposite way of you installed it. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's a win for Viridian. I can agree with that. However, if you are doing a new build, so we've just started a new build estate this morning that has 5
2 panels on each roof.
No, they're not. There's
really?
No. It's a small builder. So each of them are getting a 5 kilowatt SIG inverter.
Oh wow.
Each of them are getting a SIG energy charger.
Yep.
They're not getting batteries, but they are getting, or they've had a price from us where once the customer buys the house, and I think it's probably a best idea for a lot of house builders going forward, especially small house builders, that we have given them a price that we can add battery storage as a sales extra.
That's a fantastic idea. And so I'm assuming the SIG inverter is the stack, the SIG and store stack, so you can just add the battery. So it's probably a wall mounted to start with.
Wall mounted up to 2 batteries, obviously you can wall mount. Yeah. But yeah, we're just going to have the inverter wall mounted for now. And then if the customer decides they want to buy the house, they want to add 10, 24 kilowatt hours of storage, they can take that price and they can put it on as a sales extra, which will cost them what into their 20-year mortgage, an extra £5 a month.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's how it should be done. It's exactly how it should be done.
It is not one panel,
Yeah.
but the 2 plots are having 14 panels, and
Wow.
three of the plots are having 12 panels.
Nice. So how's the builder? Are they adding that cost to the build, as such, to the sales? Yeah.
I imagine so. I mean, we've given them a price
Yeah.
for it. I suppose it's got a bit off subject here, but it is still Viridian.
Yeah.
But I think your argument for not doing in-roof panels, I think if you've got a new build or a re-roof, which we've currently got a couple of re-roof projects in the pipeline, I think you're daft not to go in-roof.
Well, it's certainly better than not doing it at all. And like you say, you're not wasting those extra tiles.
No, there's a cost savings in tiles. I mean, I think a tile is about 120 to 150 pound per square meter nowadays.
So would you say versus in roof versus on roof, re-roof, is there a saving? Is there an actual saving?
I reckon
Monetary terms.
So 66 Viridian panels is a 40.5 square meter saving in tile. 120 odd quid. So there's 1,500 quid in tiles that you're saving.
And if
you'd save that, that's going to be your mounting kit at least to put it on rail. So I reckon it might not be cheaper, but I don't think it's any more expensive. I think to put on roof on a re-roof or a new roof would be more expensive than doing in roof.
Yeah, because I've sat in on some of GSE's sales power, and they say, "Oh, it's cheaper."
Oh, you like GSE?
I was at Waxman's.
Yeah, we talk a lot. I know in the entirety of the UK that has a GSE tool belt. Him and Sam Featherstone of Oval Renewables.
Oh, they're just right on cue, actually. There you go.
Yeah, Sam's got a matching one. I think he's actually got
I don't even like that, to be fair. I can't get it to stay up. Keeps falling down.
The belt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite right.
No.
It needs a belt to hold the belt. But yeah, so it's not necessarily cheaper, but it's almost like you say, it's better for the environment because you're not using extra materials.
There's also a weight saving though on the roof, isn't there?
Yes, good point.
So if you think about that roof that we did last week, they were already having to add steels to the roof to support that roof.
They put flitch plates on the purlins, didn't they?
Which was like 5mm steels.
Yeah, bolted like 50 times in each purlin.
Yeah. So there is a weight saving. There's a slight cost saving. Whether you go GSE or Viridian, I think the cost savings are probably the same on. There's a bigger cost saving, obviously, on GSE, but there is a cost saving of going in roof opposed to on roof, especially with the re-roof or a brand new roof.
I mean,
go on.
Viridian is definitely the premium system, isn't it?
It's
going to cost you more to have Viridian.
We can kind of go into why, I suppose. I'm looking at some points on the right-hand side of my screen. I don't think there's a cost saving if we have to strip a roof, which we have done. There's a video on our YouTube of us stripping a brand new roof to put Viridian back into it. I don't think there's a cost saving in that, just due to skips and labour of getting the roof covering off the roof. Yeah. Unless you are dead set on having in roof and you want it regardless of cost.
Yeah, this is it. I've got there's a question actually on the Instagram. As a consumer with heritage slate roof that needs re-roofing, in roof will be a massive cost saving. Okay, yeah. So heritage slate, yeah. If you've got to buy that slate, yeah, definitely. Somerset farmhouse, thank you. Yeah. It's a really good point actually. A bit like the Keswick job.
We cover some
replacing those slates. Yeah, they would cost a fortune, and that's why we had to go with composite slates to repair that roof.
Yes, and we actually have another project coming up on a school in Harrogate, which is exactly the same crack.
Yeah. That was interesting when you told me about that one.
Yeah, so they're not a slate hook where the hook goes down and then steps down to go under the slates like you'd expect a slate hook to. They are just a flat hook, like an L-shaped, and they are just screwed straight through the slates.
Yeah, they're not called a bitumen hook. Vanderbilt do a bitumen hook that's like that.
You might be right. They actually look like Clenergy clamps to the rail. So it's either Clenergy or older fastener sole stuff.
Yeah.
But it's 2-year-old, so it's probably Clenergy.
Yeah, could well be then. Yeah. Because it's weird how they changed the design to, like I say.
Funny enough, I think you're probably right. They are probably classed as a bitumen hook, where you then flash a bitumen patch back over the top of them.
Yeah, because I've noticed a few people using them in Vanderbilt on shed roofs, but I don't think that's a good idea actually, because the pitch isn't enough.
Hanger bolts is a better idea.
Yeah, I'd say so. You've got a smaller, more pinpointed fixing. Yes. On that, but that's possibly a chat for another another day.
The roof coverings.
Yeah. Let's do that as a chat. Let's
Other roof coverings that aren't tiles or slates.
Yeah, I think that's a really good one for the next one. So the installation process, where you said actually the GSE is a lot quicker to install.
We've both done them both now.
Yeah. My first one, GSE, I really struggled because I read the manual. Whereas actually, having seen how it goes together and done one,
yes,
it's actually really obvious. Just lay the tray out, set the height of and just batten it to where the tray is. Whereas if you try and follow the instructions,
and mark them,
and it gives you loads of measurements, and it says plus 60 mil for this, minus 60 mil for that. It is so confusing.
Yeah, you are better just to jigsaw that together, aren't you? And just, like you say, put your tray on. You can even, if you really wanted to, put a string line in underneath your screw fixings. But really, if you hold the batten,
you can kind of judge the depth of the batten. You can see if the batten's pretty straight.
Yeah. I mean, most modern roof felts now have a grid on them anyway, don't they? As long as that's on relatively square, you can follow that. I do think, though, a tool that is 100% required for doing GSE is a Pasload nail gun or a Milwaukee or a DeWalt, if you're a bit of a pauper, first fix gun and some 50mm ring shank nails.
Yeah, and that's it. That's a really good point, actually. The ring shank nails are really important because that is all that's holding your trays to the roof.
Yes.
If the nails in those battens pull out, your panels are coming off the roof.
So, like, we did that one last week, and I was actually double nailing all our additional battens. Especially because you run if that's your tray, actually someone's CV, if that's your tray, you run your batten out and past it to the next truss, and it needs to be fixed there. It can't just be swinging in the wind here. It needs to be fixed to the next truss.
Because you'll get flex on the tray.
So you can't lift that tray up. And last week we were double nailing all of our additional battens in, so they weren't just held in to the truss with one 50mm ring shank nail. So if you are doing GSE, for me, yes, you could do it with hammer and nails. You shouldn't screw them, because for
Any reason?
Well, I've read something or heard something from a roofer in the past that you should never use screws in a roof because roofs do flex and move, and screws don't like to bend, they crack and snap. Whereas a nail has the ability to slightly move without fatiguing and snapping. However true that is, or if that's a fact that I've made.
I could see the logic of that, actually. You decking screws, the heads pick off them.
Yeah. It was actually Roofing Outlaw, I think, that I've seen it, that you shouldn't be on a roof, because that's why they've got no tensile strength to bend a screw. They're all about pull-out force. So they should be nailed. You know, though, you could do it with hammer and nails. However, you're already using
ring shank nails, so they're going to pull out easily.
You could break ring shank nails in, It's just going to be a lot longer of a process to
Yeah.
do so. Yeah,
It's far more fun as well using a nail gun and firing it into targets.
you can feel like a big boy.
This is it.
Viridian, process of Viridian. Viridians fix directly to the roof, not the trays. So your actual panel is fixed with brackets to the battens, the same as the roof. Sorry, it's fixed to the battens the same as GSE on the short sides, so top and bottom. If we're talking about a portrait panel, no, they're not. They're on the shorts. They're on the long sides that it fixes to the batten.
Yeah, top and bottom, aren't they?
Yeah. On the short sides, top and bottom, it actually does fix to the roof truss.
Yes. So you're actually getting a firmer fixing.
Yeah. So every panel on a GSE has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 fixing points to the roof. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, 3 down either side.
On Viridian?
Viridian, yeah. Whereas GSE, each half tray has 3 fixing points.
Yeah.
And then, so there's 6 to a panel. So they're actually the same. There's still 10 fixing points, but they are only to the batten, not the roof truss.
Yeah. We've got a few people joined us as well. Hello, James, NTD, Electrical. Hello, Your Plumbing. Hello. If you can hear us all right in the chat, just say hello. But yeah, you just reminded me of something there on the GSE. The fixing screws for the trays, they're too long.
Yeah. Now I've looked into that again, and I'm not sure if they're the only screw you can buy. So
they're the GSE screws.
They are the GSE fixing screws. I can probably go grab some off the shelf from the warehouse. Self-tapping screw, aren't they, with a black 8mm head on them?
8mm. Yeah, they're 8mm.
I've got an EDM rubber washer.
They are just like a self-drilling. What's their trap roof screw? Really?
Yeah. So they actually protrude through the back of the batten slightly, ever so slightly, and in some cases they actually put pressure, or could possibly pierce the roof felt.
Yeah. Which is your second line of defence of the roof covering.
Yeah, it's your last line of defence, isn't it, I suppose? So
yeah.
Second or last line, however you want to look at it. Obviously, GSE, every single fixing is underneath flashings. So in theory, as long as the flashings are fitted correct, in the correct order, and obviously when you do Viridian flashings, you need to start at the bottom, and every flashing that is above that has to sit on top of the flashing below, so water could run off. Any good solar you boys can recommend? Cheap
as in practical or the various solar course.
I think on both of them points, stay tuned to 1-to-1.
Yeah, apprentice 1-to-1.
Both me and Mike and some others are going to be offering some practical training around there.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want hands-on experience as well, there will be some. I think there's some evening ones as well. So if you can't get off site in the day, I think there's going to be some evening roof courses and bits like that.
So you can learn from me, Mike. Sam, I think, is doing some, isn't he, from Oval? He's going to be doing some as well from Zinc. So yeah, there's a good mix of skills.
Yeah. But this is a really good point, actually. I actually said it to someone earlier today that we're electricians traditionally, and now the market's booming. We're not roofers as such, or we weren't traditionally, but now we've had to gain those roofing skills, and there's only really the only way to learn that, I think, in the industry is either become a roofer or go and learn it from someone who's had that experience.
I mean, actually, on that one, really surprising, this week we have stripped a roof of panels for a roofing contractor, and we have refitted them for the roofing contractor because they aren't, they're more than capable of screwing it together, but they wanted it back on by someone that has more experience doing the panels rather than just
That's
lay.
quite admirable, really, because I think most roofers would say, "Oh, well, I know what I'm doing. I'll
I
just
can
get
do
on
that.
with it."
I mean, I do
Yeah.
think it came about actually because they tried putting one back on before, and then we had to go put it back on right. But like you
Yeah.
say, to hold your hands up and go, look, we're probably not. Although we're very good roofers and we can tile a roof and strip a roof, probably let's leave the electrical side of it, and putting it back together to someone that does that every day, I think is props to them, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Electrical. Good evening. Yeah.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Yeah. Practical and theory, says Alcon. Electrical. Yeah. Apprentice 1-to-1. I can't recommend anyone more than that. So if you're happy to wait till, I think it's October, end of September, October, should hopefully be starting to offer some of those courses.
Yeah.
There
Basically
you go.
follow Apprentice 1-to-1 on Instagram. There'll be more
Yeah.
information up there coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark will be releasing stuff about that soon. And we will share that as well when we've got more.
Aesthetically, I think.
Aesthetically, yeah. I think Viridian wins that hands down aesthetically. Although, can you really tell from a distance?
I can tell from a distance,
Yeah.
but I know what I'm going to look at to tell that difference. I think Joe Blogs off the street would have a hard time telling the difference. From an installer point of view and someone that is a little bit sad and likes to look at roofs, I can tell the difference. So you're fixing clips. So on a conventional on-roof system, we all know we have mid and end clamps.
Yep.
In GSE, you can still see them. They are on show.
Yes.
That is the biggest tell between GSE and, it's actually the only tell really, between GSE and Viridian.
And something about those clamps, I actually don't think they're that effective. How many GSE installs do you see, honestly, where the panels have slipped?
We've seen a couple. I think, like you said the other week, I think when that screw that holds that clamp down is going through the clamp, through the tray, and into a roof batten below.
Yeah.
It is not going into a roof truss, it is not going into a rail, it is not going into something solid, it is going into a roof batten. Now, over time, or if that roof batten has been, or that roof clip has been screwed into that wet roof batten,
Yeah, which happened to me.
Yep, and then it dries out and it contracts or expands, then that fixing does then become loose in that roof batten. This is how I see it anyway, and this is what I believe happens.
But it's the same, to be fair.
Yeah. Or the panels are aluminium frames, they expand and contract, and I suppose this could happen with on-roof systems just the same. But I believe the panels contract slightly behind the clamp, or the wood expands, the wood swells and basically lifts the clamp.
Yeah.
Because that's ultimately probably what happens, and then the panel slides. Now there is lumps in the trays that catch the edge of the
Stop it going
panel.
too far. Yeah.
Yeah, so it can't come completely off. Are they the 60 or the 45mm versions?
I would have said that we had the 60, did we? Yeah, I didn't know there was different versions, so that might clear
I think
that
they were
up.
the 45mm versions, Mike.
Do you reckon? Yeah, can't remember, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, you are going to have. Should I go check?
Yeah, you can go check.
I'll go check. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah. Hold the
your...
fort. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Somerset Farmhouse. Do you know if there's two different versions they supply? Because on the supply list, as far as I know, there was only one. Yeah. GSE. Yeah. Because 60mm is for use with counter buttons, according to some instructions I just read. Okay. Interesting. So I suppose because GSE is a French-made system, then their roof construction is probably slightly different to what we have here as well. So yeah, I'm not. And I think as well, if the membrane of the roof is taut, then obviously if there is any protrusion, then there's a risk of that then tearing that. Whereas if the membrane is not as taut, then that screw potentially shouldn't actually pierce the membrane. So we're just saying that it specifies 60 mils for use with counterbalance according to some instructions that Somerset Farmhouse has just read.
Okay, so they are the screws.
Yeah. And the survey says...
Yeah, the 60 mil version.
60 mil, yeah.
So there is shorter versions, there we go. I've learned something.
There we are, right. I've learned something too.
That is if there is a 60 mil version, well, a 45 mil version, I will check.
Yeah, this is what Somerset Farmhouse just said in the instructions. It's mentioned 60 and 45. I mean, this is a good one as well, because when you order this kit, then you kind of rely on the suppliers, what they send you.
Yeah.
So if you don't necessarily know that, then you're just going to carry on with what you're trying to find them.
Yeah.
Hello to everyone who's joined us. Isolate for Life. Andy has just joined us. Hello, Andy. How are you? So what else have we covered? Fire ratings. Yeah, let's deep dive into the fire ratings then.
There is a 40.
Was it JM? Is there? There we go. I learned something there. What panels are certified with GSE?
I don't think
controversial subject.
Answer to that.
As far as I know, according to a wholesaler, there is Phono Solar that are 400 and maybe 410 watt, and Longi Solar.
I think
Longi. In fact, the Phono might be 385s, and the Longi, are 410s.
I was going to say Longi are the latest one, aren't they, to get their fire rating?
Yeah. But these panels are rare as rocking horse because everyone's buying them.
Yeah. Everyone.
But you're also, if you compare that to Viridian, you're not actually getting, if you're going with a rated panel, you're not actually getting an increase on the kilowatt peak.
No, you're not.
No. Because if it's a 410, I mean there may be other ones certified now. But not, I think there's a lot of confusion over that. I think from what I see, a lot of people just put any panel on it and think it's fine.
Especially because GSE are making frames for pretty much every size of panel currently on the market.
Yeah, or with the twin frame, you kind of extend that, and then if you're going for a bigger panel, there's a bigger frame as well, isn't it?
Correct.
Certification differences.
Weather resistance. I think that goes to Viridian.
What, the water tightness?
Yeah.
I think it's more.
All it's fixed in that. They are all behind flashings or underneath panels, and I think because you don't see them, I think that's another win for them. Access to repair and replacements. I think we've covered that, haven't we? I think that actually goes to GSE. Warranties and lifespan.
Couldn't tell you on that.
I think the warranty. I think warranty would be easier to claim on Viridian, and this is just me now guessing. I think
one manufacturer.
One manufacturer, yeah. So if something failed, GSE can't point the finger at Longi, and Longi can't point the finger at GSE. So for me, I'm a bit of a fan of not mixing inverters and battery packs.
Yeah.
So not doing a Fox ESS battery with a
Solace inverter, maybe.
Solace inverter. I think you should always be inverter manufacturer, battery manufacturer the same, just for that compatibility of warranty process. Panel manufacturers should stick to making panels, and mounting people should stick to making mounts.
Yeah.
I suppose
you are crossing brands there, but I think there's a lot less to go wrong with a say a Van der Waals mounting system and a Trina solar panel.
Let's be honest, a rail and a hook isn't an inert object, isn't it? It just sits there as a lump of metal on the roof once it's up there.
Assuming it's fitted correctly, yeah.
Yeah, GSE is a little bit more in depth, that you've got to get your battens in, fix it correctly, put the flashings in the right place. We haven't even discussed the state of their flashing that goes top and bottom.
Yeah, I was going to go on to that actually, because you can use their aluminium preformed flashings for the top. Have they got one for the bottom as well, or is it just the roll-out flashing?
Corrugated roll, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, not flash band, but yeah, solar flash.
We were talking. Was it Dex that we were talking to, and Genius?
Dex, yeah.
It was Genius, wasn't it? In that we were talking.
Dex was the ones that make the GSE flashing, the aluminium.
Who were we talking to at Installer Show?
Dex.
They've
got a roll-out sticky back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's called solar flash.
Yeah, we were looking at that. To be fair, at Installer Show, and it's kind of corrugated as well that way, isn't it? It's wavy.
Yeah.
I think the problem that I have with the GSE version of it is it discolors to a horrible grey colour in a matter of minutes, or what feels like minutes. And the bitumen kind of tarry glue that's on the back of it has failed before it comes out the box. So then it lifts in the wind. I think and especially when it's on the front edge of the panel, when you see it on especially a slate roof or a dark tile roof, it kind of detracts from that aesthetic of nicety in roof.
Yeah, I mean their top metal flashing it's like a powder coat black.
Yes,
but it's quite a bulky flashing. I don't think it works very well with slate. I think it only works it's all right for tile.
To be honest, mate, until last week when you showed me how to fit it, I didn't actually know how it fitted. I've always done GSE, both times that I've ever done GSE, using the rollout along top and
rollout flashing. Yeah,
which is what we did last week, I suppose.
Yeah.
Whereas
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. To be honest, it'd be a lot cheaper to use the rollout flashing over there. Metal flashing to house it. Yeah. Quicker as well. Although I've got a complaint with the sticky back. When you peel that paper off, it just tears.
Yeah, especially when it's old.
Yeah, it's horrible to see. Chances are you're going to end up with something that's been sat on the shelf for years.
Yeah. But then the top flashing on Viridian is, in my opinion, it's got the tile supports, hasn't it, that you can put in as an option.
Yes, it has, yeah.
So depending on your tile covering, you can put the tile supports in and kick the top set of tiles up to sort of meet the top of the panel, or you can leave them out. I tend to leave them out and let the roof tiler decide if they want them in or not.
Yeah, to be fair, that's what we've done on the few. I've done more Viridian than GSE. I think I've probably done 4 or 5 Viridians.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, I'm not completely sold on in-roof. I think like we were saying earlier, there's definitely justifications if it's a new roof or a re-roof. I wouldn't necessarily go about stripping your roof just to have in-roof, because you're not going to look at the panels that often.
No, you're not. And I think with the rise of the likes of Solar Skirt and that, it has.
Yeah.
Solar Skirt is brilliant at stopping pigeons, isn't it, and birds. But it also detracts from that 3 to 4 inch gap between the panel and
softens. It softens the edge, doesn't it?
Makes
it looks,
doesn't it?
Yeah, I actually really like Solar Skirt. Do you know what? Then I think you've nailed it there. On roof with Solar Skirt, for me, is the way. If I was doing my house again, that's how I'd do it.
That's what you do. I mean, I went back on my roof and put Solar Skirt on after a year of having nothing.
Yeah.
I think Solar Skirt has its drawbacks in pan tiles and stuff, though.
Yeah, if it's a real deep dish, then yeah.
We've actually gone into a topic here, which is bird protection and what works best. Because I'm actually about to say, on a deep dish, as much as I hate it, I quite like Van der Waals bird blocker.
Controversial.
I hate that. And I've vowed never to fit it again. I actually quite like, on a really deep dish, Vanderbilt bird blocker.
I can see why it works. They've got new clips for that, I notice. I haven't seen them properly, but I've seen them on photos. They clip on the front somehow, I've seen.
No, I've used them. They've been around a while.
Have you?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
have
obviously, I remember about 3 years ago, JA Solar stopped putting the lip on the back of the short
The
side.
lip, yeah.
So they basically clip around, a bit like a speed clip for mesh.
Yes, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. There's some of them in the warehouse as well.
Okay, yeah, not used them because I've not done enough bird blocker.
The rise of them came from having no lip on the short side of a JA Solar panel.
Yeah, which is the same for the speed clips as well on mesh.
I mean, speed clips and mesh nowadays are...
Yeah.
I look forward now to letting Jason do the bird blocker.
You look forward to Jason doing it.
Yeah, because I know he's going to have a really nice time. Jason, right, has worked for me now for 1 year as of yesterday. This is 1 year anniversary of working with DMH yesterday.
So quick.
It has.
I can remember him jumping out the back of the van.
Yes, on his first day on the first. Yeah, he can. Yeah, when I found him in a toolbox.
You found him, yeah.
Yeah, it was 1 year anniversary. Jason has never had the ordeal of having to put mesh on with them stupid clips and the twisty nuts. And I honestly think I might buy a set for him.
I've got some in my van. Next time I see you, I'll give them to you.
I'll pay the postage because I think I need to have him do a set just so he can appreciate speed clips for the fullness.
Yeah. Do you know having a set of those twisty clips got us out of the a mess because I think was it one of Mark's jobs? The panels were 35mm, so the speed clips were only 30. And I think you've done the opposite. I mean, you've ordered 35 once.
I bought I think 1,000 35mm clip. Went for a job and all the panels are 30mm. Yeah, so.
Yeah, because I nearly rang you and said, "Do you know them 35mm clips? I need them."
Yeah, thousands of them on the shelf.
Yeah, but I use the old twisty ones.
Yeah. No, speed clips.
Cool.
Sorry, another one.
Do you think we've come to a conclusion that one is better than the other? I think we already knew that ourselves, but there are lots of people who use GSE, and really, I don't blame them for using it.
You know something, mate, right? We did GSE the other week, and I have always said GSE is the choice of the tramp. That's what I've always said.
Controversial.
Right? It is controversial. However, last week, I wasn't that put off by it. I think if they got their act together, sorted out some better fire testing and opened up to a wider array of panels, I think GSE does have its place in the market. That said, DMH still ain't offering it.
Yeah, so I think that's the answer, isn't it?
Yeah. The premium is what we try and market ourselves as a premium installer that tries to fit the best gear that we can get hold of for that job. Then I think I will still be marketing our in-roof systems purely with Viridian. However,
I can relate to that.
I do think GSE does have a place in the market still.
Yeah, to be honest, and to be fair, we've not even talked about. There's a few other ones now. Is it Solfit? I've not used it.
I've seen that, but I've watched people, and that has battens that have to go in top and bottom of the panel as well.
Oh, really?
A double batten in. Somerset Farmhouse has asked, how is Viridian at ceiling if the roof is not completely flat? What I would say to that is when you strip the roof, I would be shimming the battens.
Yeah. Because to be honest, even with GSE, as we noticed on that roof,
So I'd be shimming the battens to try and take out any dips, because any in-roof system that you put on a roof that is uneven is going to follow the profile of the roof. It's
actually probably easier to shim the Viridian. because you put those clips in, don't you? So you can put the shims under those clips.
But I think if you can shim and take out a lot of the dips when you actually batten it and felt it, then you will end up with a proper jump.
That's it. Has anyone got any other questions they'd like to ask before we wrap this up? Evening, Sota. How are you?
Instagram's premium EV charger install has arrived.
Yeah.
And barista. Did you see his Casper the Ghost that he made yesterday morning?
No, I didn't. I saw him making a coffee the other day. But
he did a really good latte artwork of Casper the Ghost.
Oh, nice.
He didn't know he'd done Casper the Ghost, but that is what he'd done.
That's. So yeah, if anyone else has got any questions, get them in the chat now. In fact, put in the chat which one you prefer, based on our chat or based on before our chat. Which one do you prefer?
I'm in Viridian. Hank's in team on roof.
Yeah, on roof. Yeah, sub the in roof. Yeah, just go on roof.
Yeah. In fact, I think Adam, Mr. Social Electrical, should jump in his van on Monday morning, sack off any jobs you've got on, Adam, and I think you should come up and you should spend the day with us on the roof. I think you should come and do it. I think you need some content around that.
Good idea.
And I want you to make a video that looks cool.
And you want a latte as well?
Oh yeah, and bring me a Casper the Ghost, please.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm still team on roof. Sorry. Yeah. There is another system actually, Envirotile. So it's not strictly a in-roof system in the same format. It's actually a replacement tile. So Envirotile is a lightweight recycled tile. Give me some more notice and I'll be there. Oh, there we go. Right. Yeah. Okay. Put it in the diary. Done. You've got a date.
I'll ring you tomorrow, Adam. I think I've got you.
Yeah. So Envirotile, it's a lightweight plastic tile. So as you were talking about, keeping a lightweight covering. So if the roof isn't capable of taking that weight, then Envirotile is a lightweight alternative, possibly for conservatories. So.
Just speaking of weight,
yeah,
is one that I think GSE wins on, because a Viridian panel is about 14 tons.
Well, I think, was it Ollie that said the new bifacial version, the 455 version, is a lot heavier than the 410s.
Even a 405 panel, I think, is 30 kilos, opposed to 20,
which is
23 of a standard panel.
Yeah.
I know they feel heavier when you pick them up, but they're also quite thick. So when we're talking about speed,
they're quite a chunky frame, aren't they? Because of getting the flashings in the side of them.
Which I suppose, if you're going to compare them side by side again, GSE and Viridian might sit up a little bit higher on your actual when you're finished.
Yeah. Slightly.
So the GSE might look better on slate that's a thinner roof covering, because it'd just be slightly lower down to it. Don't know. I'd quite like to do that. You know what I'd like to do?
Yeah.
Do a GSE and Viridian side by side on a roof.
On the same roof.
And see what they look like.
Not a bad idea.
Only you use someone with a training facility and a fake roof in it.
Yeah, don't know anyone that can do that near Driffield. Do you? Check out Sota's video on YouTube, solar install tonight. Oh, okay, there we go. That's one to watch.
Who's that with, Adam?
Yeah. Why was it not us?
But we will. We'll watch the YouTube adverts before it, and then.
I saw Dave Savory on a roof doing panels the other day. What's going on?
So wasn't it? Dave Savory had OG MCS.
Yeah, he had MCS well before.
It was cool. He was down with.
He probably had it before Stuart Cato, did he?
Well, we all know that Jamie invented the MCS.
Oh, of course, yeah. We have to blame Jamie for that. Infinity Energy. Okay. So Dean at Shador, he's done some with. Have you met Dean? Adam.
We We just need to be able to add Adam now to the actual.
Yeah, come and join us on the next chat. We'll get the date in. We'll have a chat about your experience with solar installs.
Why can't
I found it.
Chat be with Adam integrating EV chargers into solar installs?
Do you know what? That's a really good topic actually, because that is something that come across time and time again.
Yeah.
Like depleting the battery.
I'll bring that up with you in conversation as well tomorrow, Adam.
Yeah. Perfect. Sounds great. Right. Well, I think on that, I think it's time to wrap up and say, yeah, I think that's 10 points to Viridian and 4 points to GSE. But we'll be back on that one. Let's do that side-by-side comparison. Let's actually show. Because I don't think anyone else has ever done that.
No, not on the same roof covering, so it'd be quite nice to try and do that. We'll have a chat.
Feel free to come and do it on my roof, actually. I'm going to put panels on the north roof of my house next. I've run out of roof space.
You want GSE, don't you? That's what you want.
I'm going to have 4. I'm going to have the Sulfit or whatever it is. Envirotal, GSE and Viridian. I'm going to go OTT.
It's going to look like a...
And Solar Skirt.
What's his name? That installer from Cambridge.
Don't know. I think they actually joined the live earlier.
Oh, really? It's going to look basically like his old wall that he rented off someone, and it's going to be full of holes. That's going to be your roof.
A spaghetti wall.
Yeah.
Cool. On that note,
I love you too.
See you later.
Bye now.